And now it is time for your update of the news. Former WWE and TNA star Shannon Moore is looking to get back into pro wrestling. He's taking bookings for indie dates and signings through SBIBookings.com. Star Magazine has an article about singer and actress Jennifer Hudson being upset over David Otunga's decision to return to WWE full-time. The article noted that Hudson wants Otunga to become a television legal analyst and doesn't want him away from home for long periods of time. Jen knows that it's his passion, but he doesn't want him away from home for long periods of time, and there's always the chance he could get hurt. A friend of Hudson told Star Magazine via Classic Light. Jen keeps trying to steer him away from what he really wants to do, but he feels that since she's living her dream, he should be able to live his. PW Insider reports that WWE legend Kamala is currently working on an autobiography that is almost finished. The latest magazine version of Forbes notes that Vince McMahon has lost more than $750 million in the last 2 months. The article mentioned WWE stock crashing earlier this month and Vince losing $350 million in one day, knocking him out of the millionaire ranks. Former WWE star Manu, real name Afa Anoa'i Jr., recently landed a role on a new MTV series that began filming this week. WWE will be repackaging Tyson Kidd under a mask soon. There's no word yet if this means they'll be pushing the Kidd's new character as a Mexican star, but the mask that was made was indeed a lucha-style mask. The Wrestling Observer noted that becoming somewhat of a regular thing, WWE officials have been very upset with Roddy Piper lately. The heat may be coming from Piper's recent comments about Pat Patterson on a Kayfabe Commentaries DVD, or it could be some of the negative comments he's made about Legends House on social media while doing promotion for the show. It turns out that some of WWE live event listings for June that advertised WWE World Champion Daniel Bryan may have done before the surgery and just, quote, fell through the cracks in regards to being published by arenas. It is said that Bryan wrestling a match before June 29th Money in the Bank pay-per-view is highly unlikely. Bryan's return is still very much up in the air. If Bryan's not ready to do the Burial Alive match against Kane at Money in the Bank, they're going to do it at Battleground pay-per-view on July 20th in Tampa. Ric Flair recently spoke with Mike Mooneyham of the Charleston Post and Courier. Flair noted that he's down to 228 pounds in the best shape of his licensed TNA run, and also talked about his daughter Charlotte, the NXT Women's Champion. She will be the greatest Flair of all time. Her credentials speak for themselves. Quote, I'd put her resume up against anybody. She's Rey Mysterio, but bigger. She's going to be the greatest female wrestler and the most famous diva in the history of the WWE. He also talked about wanting to manage Dolph Ziggler when he returns to WWE soon. Flair commented on Ziggler, quote, I think he's awesome. I think he's a great guy to manage. He looks like $1 million. He just can't find his gimmick. He needs to work on his entrance, and I could help with that. The former Drake Younger worked as a referee at last night's WWE NXT tapings, which likely would be the first set of TV tapings since signed by WWE. As of, let's see here, at one point there was a plan for Cesaro to win the WWE Intercontinental title, likely from current champion Bad News Barrett. They switched programs and had him feud with WWE United States champion Sheamus, with the feeling that going for the Intercontinental title would hurt Cesaro. No word yet if this means anything for Sunday's Payback pay-per-view, where both titles will be on the line. And finally, we noted that top indie wrestler Ricochet has a tryout with WWE several months ago at a camp. Word is that he was very good in the ring, but wasn't offered a deal. A person close to WWE developmental said that Ricochet was a victim of timing and circumstances. Apparently when Ricochet came in, there was younger wrestlers in developmental who reacted to him like he was a big deal, but to WWE, he was just a guy they don't know that's getting a tryout for a developmental deal. It said that because officials didn't know who he was and got the reaction he did from the talents, that it was the first strike against him until producer Jamie Noble outright told people that Ricochet is really something special. In the end, Noble's praise didn't help and he wasn't offered a deal. While Ricochet received high marks from those that judged talents at the tryouts, the decision was that they already have too many guys of the size and developmental and have many more quota of high flyers, as heard with other cases. And that's it for the June 1st edition of Kayfabe News.